Good thing it's not too hot today, because right now I'm going to be doing the install on the Fender Eliminator kit by Yoshimura. Well, the last video was about the LED lights, so you can see what it looks like there. Came out pretty clean. And now, basically, this is going to be the whole kit. It comes with the bracket itself, lots of tools. Make sure you have all the tools. Scissors are going to be for the cutting the wire, because it comes with a license plate, bracket, zip ties, instructions which we're not going to use, and this is the light mounts. And notice the hole here is basically the same shape. That's why I said remember, keep the OEM washers that retain the lights from last time. And the removal of the fender, I did have to do it last time when I took off the lights. I thought it was going to be simple just to take out the lights without removing the fender, but I did have to remove the whole thing. And notice I do have like some jerry-rigged Fender Eliminator here. I just used some like L brackets, and it's sort of being held up there with like regular screws. It held up fine. I've had it for like a week. And then in order to mount the lights, since they didn't fit into the hole, I used the reflectors, and I drilled a hole through it just to have them hanging here. I mean, it worked for now. Look really cheap, but I'll show you how to remove the fender right now. So make sure you have all the tools. And if you have an R3, I definitely recommend picking one of these up. So far I've been able to take apart almost every part of the bike with just this tool. Got it also at the cycle gear. Has the Allen keys, sockets, like 3 size, 8mm, 12 and 10, screwdriver, flathead, and even we'll go 9mm, 14mm, and 13mm. But so far I hadn't needed anything else. Well, aside from the pliers, just to splice the wires. But overall, I've just needed this. So put that away. So to remove the fender, you're going to need to remove this plastic base off this. So let's say with this, pop out. That's a flathead. Just like a half turn of this screw will bring this out. It's a plastic. Make sure you don't lose those. Same thing on the other side. So once that's off, you just have to remove this plastic part, which is just pull it back slightly and it lifts up. And that's that. We're going to remove the seat real quick, the front seat. Just a small one. And then next would be removing the front seat, which is here and here. And that's why this trusty wrench set is cool. See? I can just do it like that. and the front seat just comes off. So here, in order to get into the lights, it was to remove the entire fender. And then here is where all the lights came from. Notice here I have it. I just put a rubber band around them. I did the same thing with the quick disconnects here for the lights. And that's going to be really useful right now when putting on the Fender Eliminator. Just because now you just unplug them and work from there. The lights themselves go all the way to here. They're wrapped nicely into this little plastic here. And see, there's the two turn signal lights. I believe there's one should be loose. Yeah, so I just made that and took a really long quick disconnect lead. And this is the flasher relay. Put it here. It basically sat right here in this little rubber part, and it was this thing right here. It was just clipped onto there. Basically, just unclip it and then clip the new one in. I had nowhere to hold it in place, so I just wrapped it in these wires here. But that prevents the LEDs from flashing really fast. So we'll put that aside from now. We'll put that aside. So let me get these wires out of the way. So this is how long the leads were, because they did go all the way through the fender. And to remove the actual bottom portion, it's actually just 4 screws, which is this one, this one, this one, and this one. Releasing those 4 does remove the entire fender, and that's the only part that I was able to do last time on the video of the LED lights. But that's basically it. So now onto the install for the Fender Eliminator. Okay, so once I disconnected the lights, you'll see that now it's easy just to plug them back in later. Move that aside. This is the one that I said was loose. So with this one, what this was, the original license plate light, which was to the fender itself. And notice all that was holding it were those 4 screws that I mentioned. So since I'm not going to reuse this, I'm going to use this lead. That way I can just plug that in to the new license plate light, which Yoshimura includes in their kit, which is this little guy right here. So it mounts. So I'm gonna splice that into that original one. And basically the assembly is really easy. If you've ever put together anything from IKEA, follow the instructions. It's pretty simple. This guy is gonna go straight through there. Screw it in to the back with the included screws there. And then this to hold up the lights. Basically should line up to these holes here. Yep. Lines up to the holes. Screw that in. That's all good. And then these 4 holes, of course, match up with the 4 holes that you have to screw in there. And that's it. This big hole here is to wire all the lights and all the leads from the lights and this turn signal through there. Like so. So the assembly is not too hard. Like that part is really not the important part. You do get everything in this kit, including all mounting holes and even these crimpers for the license plate light. So I'm just going to put this little section together, and then to show you how to mount it once I remove those from there. Because I said the electrical part, and that is like the harder part of taking that apart. The easy part is just screwing things together. So give me a sec. So after removing the 4 nuts that I mentioned to take off the fender, see, this is what what I had in there. This was the bracket that originally held up the fender. In order to use like this, you see like there's a bunch of the L connections. I got all these things at Lowe's just to hold up this temporarily while I got my kit. This was the OEM license plate bracket. So, I mean, so it held up alright for now. So this is the final assembly. So you just follow the instructions, put all the screws together, put your lights together, wire everything up through the top portion. Let's make sure that they're all okay. Make sure that they're all organized. Makes it easier to. Give me a sec for this. Okay, once they're all nice and neat, it basically is, instead of using that little bracket that was there, use the 4 screws included, use the stock nuts that you did take out, and mount this to the undertail there. So let me route all this through here. And then after you have everything here, I'm just going to basically plug these in. Into the quick connectors there. Oh shit, let me get this cable. To see, it sits in super flush, not like my other method that sort of worked. And all the wires are here. So let me see if I can do this one-handed. Basically, I'm just gonna put the 2 corners first so I can let this go. Cool, so that's just hand tightened right now, the 2 opposite corners. But yeah, so you can see now it sits perfectly flush, and now I don't have holes in there for the water and stuff. So the reassembly, I'm just going to finish putting those 2 nuts there, but that basically plugs those up. Let me plug the lights back in real quick. So I remember black was right. So black was the right turn signal, which is this one. Okay. It's a good thing I did this last time, just saves the trouble now. Same thing here. Where's the other one? Here. And then lastly, the one that was loose was this light, the license plate light. And then there's a relay. So for now, I'm just going to turn it on to show you that it did work. And then putting the screws together, the opposite of what I did here. So let's see if that worked. If the bike blows up right now, that means something short-circuited or something. Just kidding. Bike turns on. Can't see the... I don't know when the LEDs would turn on. I don't know if they're always on, including daytime. But they're not on right now, so that sucks. Whatever. Mostly it's my turn signals that I want. Yep, there it goes. Then my other side. Beautiful. My license plate bracket is a little offset. I can live with that. Well, anyways, once I get my actual plates, I'll go ahead and fix that. But other than that, it's all good. And then they included zip ties in order to put it all together, because now I have a tangled mess in here. I'm probably just going to use the zip ties or use the electrical tape in order to finish that off. So if you guys have any questions on my setup here, just shoot me a comment and I'll try to get back to you.